Welcome all AEFP listeners to our farewell party. This is Jerry Wilmot calling from the Queensbury All Services Club in the heart of London. For nearly the next hour, you'll be meeting many of the personalities you've heard announcing and taking part in your programs from London, and this farewell show goes to you with greetings and goodbyes, both at the same time. The AEFP started on June 7th, 1944, with this announcement. It was read then by Captain Franklin Engelman, and it's read today by Sergeant Keith Jameson.
Here's an announcement from headquarters of the Supreme Command, AEF. We're initiating today a radio broadcasting service for the members of the Allied Expeditionary Forces. We shall call this service the AEF program. It's to be a service especially prepared for you, and we shall try to make it of a character suited to your needs. Its purpose is threefold: to link you with your homes by means of news broadcasts from the United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States, to give you the latest news of our own and other war fronts and the world events, and finally, to offer you diversion and relaxation during those precious few moments of leisure from the main job now at hand. For this latter purpose, we shall bring you the best entertainment that can be summoned from our allied nations. The BBC have given generously its resources and skilled personnel. The American Forces Network and the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation are working closely with the BBC in this project, making it a truly inter-allied effort. We shall go forward together to victory and on the forward road. The AEF program will be constantly within your reach, serving you, we hope, in a manner worthy of your deeds.
You've all known and liked your own Top 10 hit parade. This has been played by three bands, one of which is the famous RAF Squadroneers. We're very glad to have them with us in our AEFP farewell party. So come on in, will you, Jimmy Miller and the Squadroneers. Someone who has done a very great deal for your AEF programs behind the scenes, as producer of AEF music boxes and AEF service dance band sessions, is Lieutenant Doug Marshall of the Canadian Army. Here he is now, just plain Doug.
Well, Jerry, I think about here we might latch onto some of that solid stuff handed out by one of the famous bands of the AEF, the Canadian band of the AEF, conducted by Captain Bob Farnan, with Private Paul Carpenter, and it's that very sweet number, Candy.
Some say that love is sweet as a rose. Some say it's honey and the bee. Well, sit right down and let me tell you what my love is to me. Candy, I call my sugar candy because I'm sweet on candy. Candy's sweet on me. She understands me, my understanding candy, and candy's always handy when I need sympathy. I wish that there were four of her so I could love much more of her. She has taken my complete heart, got a sweet tooth for my sweetheart candy. It's gonna be just dandy the day I take my candy and make her mine, all mine. That there were four of her so I could love much more of her. She has taken my complete heart, got a sweet tooth for my sweetheart candy. It's gonna be just dandy the day I take my candy and make her mine, all mine.
And next comes the possessor of one of those very pleasant feminine voices of the Allied Expeditionary Forces program, someone very well known to you all, Jill Balkan.
Thank you very much. Well, this is goodbye from me, and I'm saying this by announcing one of the most popular British singing stars in the AEFP, Dorothy Carlitz. You'll remember the Dorothy Carlitz program, I'm sure, and I'm very glad that she's back from her tour of the AEF to be with us here today. Accompanied by the Canadian band, here's Dorothy Carlitz with Don't Fence Me In.
Mighty pale, was standing by the sheriff's side. And when that sheriff said, I'm a-sending you to jail, Wildcat raised his head and cried, oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze, listening to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you, please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I wanna ride to the ridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles, and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. I wanna ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. 3, 4, can't look at hobbles, and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in, 'cause I'd be lonely. Don't fence me in.
A popular 15-year-old girl star has been something of a mascot in a lot of our programs this past year or so, so we wanted to have her with us tonight. Here now with her xylophone is Pat Frost. Another Canadian soldier, this time one you often heard as a singer and master of ceremonies, is Captain Cam Ritchie of Windsor, Ontario. He's also been responsible for producing all the Canada shows, the guest shows, swing shows, and sing shows. Come on in, Cam Ritchie.
Well, thanks, Jerry. There's one show I did produce, I don't think you mentioned it, was the AEF Ranch House. It was strictly incognito, so maybe you folks here didn't get to know when I was Elmer the chore boy. But before this goes any further, folks, I'd sure like you to meet my sidekick. He is PFC Red Finley, known to AFN listeners as their favorite sports announcer, but known to you ranch house customers as Flapjack. Hey, Flapjack, come on out here, boy. Come on out.
Well, doggone now, if it ain't Elmer.
Yeah,
Shucks,
that's
fella,
right out
hardly
here.
knowed you without that flaming red shirt
Well, I
you
got
were
my
wearing.
fancy pants on, but
Yeah,
now
that's
looky here, Flapjack. I paid 10 hunks of paper money for that shirt, I did.
Man alive, you mean to stand here and tell me, man, you paid $10 for that
I
dude's
sure
shirt?
did, yeah.
Heck, I was just going to ask Susie. about something.
Now, Flapjack, you just keep away from my gal, Susie.
Now,
Leave her
now,
alone.
Elmer, you mean to tell me that you don't trust me?
Well, no, I don't, Flapjack, and that's flat. I don't.
Well, now,
trust
gall
her at
darn,
all.
that's a plum shame, Elmer. No two ways about it.
Yeah, how
Here I
come?
was cooking up something real nice for
Yeah?
you, and Then you says you don't trust me.
Oh, well, no.
Well, I reckon I'll be getting along.
Oh, no, shucks, Flapjack. Maybe I was just fooling. Honest, I trust your old pal.
Well, now,
honest,
Elmer,
does,
I just don't know about it now. I
Oh,
just
come
don't
on
know
now,
about it.
Pod. Say, what would you fix now?
Well, now, heck, I just heard Susie saying how a nice lavender-colored
boy,
shirt would
lavender.
go real pretty with your eyes. You know, that's what Susie
Oh,
said.
now, get along with you, Flapjack. She
And
didn't
being
say
as how I
nothing at
see
all
just
like
one shirt that particular color in Murphy's Emporium, why, I streaked right down and paid cash on the barrelhead to get it from my old pal Elmer. But I reckon you ain't interested.
that. Oh, no, sure I am, Flapjack. It's your lavender shirt.
Well,
sure
anyhow,
am.
I've been thinking it over, and I reckon maybe I'd kind of like to try it out on Susie.
Oh, no,
also.
let me have it, Flapjack. We're pals, ain't we?
Well, don't know. As long as my red hair'd be plumb fetching, I reckon.
No, looky, Flapjack. I'll give you $5.
$5. Oh,
wait,
man.
$7.
Oh, no.
Doggone in $10. I'll
Say, now, look, Elmer, this is a good shirt. $12 and a half or nothing.
Oh, heck.
Well, goodbye, then. I figure
No,
I'll go call on
okay.
Susie.
I'll give you the $12.50. Now,
Well, okay,
Here,
then.
Flapjack,
Here's
here
the
it is.
shirt, and I reckon I'll be getting low.
well,
See you later, Elmer.
So long, boy. Oh, gee, a real swell lavender-colored shirt. Oh, boy, little Sue thinks it look good in it, too. Well, old Flapjack left a ticket on it. It said, doggone. Why, it says $1.69. Let me at the sidewinder!
And now for another of the girl announcers who's been with you right through the AEFP. From Rise and Shine, Homespun, Pin-Ups and Needles, and many other programs, not forgetting our Queensbury Club jamborees, you'll all know Margaret Hubble. And here is our Margaret.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's very sad we've got to say goodbye to you today, but I just want to tell all you Tommies, Canucks, and GIs who've written to us, it's been lots of fun to help try and cheer you up. And now it falls to me to announce a singer who's one of your most popular pin-up girls. You've heard her in Top 10 and music from the movies, and as guest all over the place. Accompanied by the Canadian band, here's Beryl Davis.
Beryl's first song is something very new and very unusual in that it's based on the old do-re-mi-fa scale. The lyrics are a bit more ambitious, though, leading up to the point where all of a sudden, my heart sings.
All of a sudden, my heart sings when I remember little things. The way you dance and hold me tight, the way you kiss and say goodnight. The crazy things we say and do, the fun it is to be with you, the magic thrill that's in your touch. Oh, darling, I love you so much. The secret way you hold my hand to let me know you understand the wind and rain upon your face, the breathless whirl of your embrace, your little laugh of half surprise, the starlight gleaming in your eyes, remembering all these little things. All of a sudden, my heart sings. All of a sudden, my heart sings. The secret way you touch my hand to let me know you understand of surprise. The starlight gleaming in your eyes, remembering all these little things. All of a sudden, my heart sings. All of a sudden, my heart sings.
The Allied Expeditionary Forces program presents your AEF Special. Well, hi there, gang, to that familiar theme of Red, White, and Blue by Britain's ace songwriter Noel Gay. It's the last time you'll be hearing it at the AEF Special from this great club. And this is Sergeant Keith Jameson. You know, the real reason for my being here tonight is that no one else knows exactly how to introduce Corporal Jack Power. And that, believe me, is a problem. Look, hey, Jack.
What do you want, Keith?
Come here a minute. Now, look, just stand there. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Stand still. Now, smile. There, you see what I mean? Look at that character.
What's funny about that?
A pair of tonsils surrounded by one meatball.
He's a boy.
But you know, when he sings, you forget all about the hamburger. And that's where the trouble starts. Because when you introduce Jack Power, you've just got to remember
Saturday night is the loneliest night in the week.
it's Sergeant George Monahan. You're on the record, man.
Listen, that's why Dorothy Collins just kissed me, and that's the reason why Saturday night is not the loneliest night in the week.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, incidentally, Keith, they just rushed me over to introduce Jack Power's song. Believe this or not.
2 kisses.
What did you say? What did you say, Butterball?
Old Papa Dudley just introduced me and said, George, I want you to meet myself, and run over and give Jack Power a plug.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You're off the beam, old boy. That's my job.
Look, Keith, you're a nice guy and all that, but as an announcer, you're strictly Duff Gin, you know?
Beg your pardon?
Duff Gin, that's what the script says. Anyway, that's RAF talk for your tonsils aren't laced up, you know? You just aren't hep.
Take this guy, will you? He's just off opposite Shepherd's Bar.
Calling 02, and I came in on a wing and a bitter.
Now, well, look, take off on a pale ale, will you? I got work to do.
Yeah, you mean Power? Look, hey, Jack, come in here, will you?
What do you want, Chubby?
Look, and skip the romance cuddles. Look, Shaggy Dog, who do you want to introduce you tonight, me or National Velvet here?
Oh, please, fellas. No brawling. You'll break my romantic mood. I'm the sensitive type.
Come on.
Well, look, I'll give you a test, Monahan. Let me hear how you'd bring Power on.
All right, here's the way I do it. Step back and watch an artist at work now. This is going to be terrific. Here we go. And now we bring you our singing star of this evening's program, the Brocklehurst liverwurst, the baritone with a bounce, that tenor with a tinkle, the poor man Sinatra, like Louis Prima, Corporal Jack Power.
Wait a minute. George, if you can take a little bit of constructive criticism, that announcement stank.
I didn't like it well either.
Yeah, well, that technique used to kill him in vaudeville, Keith.
Were you a hit in vaudeville, boy?
Was I a hit in vaudeville? The
Yeah,
man,
were
he
you?
just asked me. In New York, too. You know, every night I was on the bill, the queue used to reach from the front of the theater right direct to the railroad depot. Come to think of it, they were all facing that way, too. I like it.
I learned something, you flattered jockey. Here's the way it should be done. This evening, we've been indeed fortunate in obtaining the unique talents of one of the finest musical artists of our day. A distinguished star whose voice has thrilled millions from Surrey to South Africa.
This is the new...
That's right.
The golden
that's right.
lungs of radio, whose bell-like singing
Ah.
has been the inspiration for the swing movement all over the globe, Corporal Jack Power.
Stop it, will you, Jack? Just a minute. Look, you call that comparing. That sounds more like Tommy Handley reading News and Welch or something like that. I'm sorry, but it does.
Hey, ain't I ever going to get a chance to sing?
Quiet, Power. Now, look, Monahan. When you compare my comparing with your comparing.
If only I could get in and say, here is the news read by Keith Jameson. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just
Now
can't
listen,
do
you
it
flatter
that
jockey,
way.
you've got one
we
whole
just
hour
get
on the air.
going, and all of a sudden,
Wait
we
a
just...
minute. Captain Bob Farnham. What a difference a day made, 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue, dear. Today I'm part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine. What a difference a day made. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, it's heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. It's heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. So long, everybody.
Another important backroom boy of the AEFP has been Staff Sergeant Wilf Davidson, formerly of Winnipeg. He's produced many piano parades and AEF extras and encores, to name just a few of his shows. And here he is now, Wilf Davidson.
Well, thank you very much, and I'd like to bring on another little AEFP lady, this time from the Canadian Women's Army Corps. I'd like to reintroduce to you tonight Private Joan Dallas in A Brown Bird Singing.
All through the night, there's a little brown bird singing, singing.
very attractive young pioneer of the AEFP and another trim member of the Canadian Women's Army Corps is all set to step up for her hello and goodbye now. Gentlemen, Lieutenant Charmian Sansom, or to you and me, Sammy.
Thank you. I thought the best thing I could do tonight was to bring on my two partners in crime from the Rise and Shine program, Aircraftman Ronald Waldman of the RAF and Sergeant Richard Dudley of the American Forces Network. But leave us not be formal about it because they're not the type. Here are Ronnie and Dick.
Saturday night is not the loneliest.
It's wonderful.
How thank you, darling Charmian, my little cover girl.
Charmian, it's so nice to see you. It's so long since we last met, isn't it?
Oh, don't be silly, you two. I saw you both this morning at 6 o'clock on Rise and Shine.
You may have seen us, but we were in no condition to see anybody.
Now I was wondering where I was then. Now I know. So that's where I was at 6, huh?
That's where you were.
Got it, yes, brother.
Well, it's nice to be together again, even if it is for the last time.
Is that why?
I wish we had all the old Rise and Shine characters with us tonight, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You remember Oswald, Dick, that frog who used to get in your throat?
Yeah. He's there now.
Let's hear him. Birdie. Hi, Oswald. Sounds like he's got a man in his throat, doesn't he?
Well, then there was Pomfret the Wolf, remember?
Oh, that wolf, yes. How he used to go for redheads.
I was right behind him.
Yeah. Sometimes you beat him.
Of course, I haven't got anything against blondes either. You couldn't introduce me to Dorothy Corliss, could you?
I could, but what's she ever done to deserve that?
I don't know, but I guess...
What, you two? I see.
I know whom I'd like to see. My favorite of all, Filbert.
Ah, yes, the greatest messenger boy of all time, even though he was always having trouble with his carrier pigeons.
Hello there, Miss Sampson, Mr. Welshman, Mr.
Oh,
Dilly.
Filbert, hiya, boy.
Hello,
Nice to see you, Filbert.
I didn't think you were coming tonight.
Mr. Dilly brought me
Oh,
along.
Mr. Dilly, did he? Yeah, that's fine. Do you like this place, Filbert?
You mean the gooseberries, all kind of services they got here, pub, whatever?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The Queensbury All Services Club, you mean, Filbert?
That's what I said, didn't I?
Well, look, I think the time has come to break down the myth of Filbert. He's not a real person at all. He's Dick Dudley.
Thank you very much. My pal, Ronnie Wallman, the jerk. I hope all your children grow up to be clarinet players.
Well, now, what? What's wrong with clarinet players, I want to know?
Nothing wrong with them unless they're Artie Shaw.
Yeah, after all, we've proved on Rise and Shine that Benny Goodman is the greatest.
Well, that's not true. No one can play the clarinet like Artie Shaw.
I know, but it takes somebody to play like Benny Goodman.
Good, very nice, Dick. Thanks.
I refuse to stay in the same building with you two.
Remember, Ronnie and I are here. Be very careful.
Well, I'll go outside and say it then.
Oh, goodbye.
Going outside and say it.
He's gone outside.
She said it, huh? Well, that's third of our act going. What are we going to do now?
Why don't you sing a blues, Dick?
Blues?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
Go on, just for me. Sing a blues.
No, well, I have no accompanist, you see. I couldn't.
Well, I'll accompany you on the piano.
Yeah. But I only sing in F, you see, the key of F. I mean, it's
Well,
very
that's the only key I can play in. That's fine.
Well, this is all on spur of the moment.
Yes, we weren't expecting to do this at all, were we?
No, I don't know. So, at this time, I will sing a little blues, which Ronnie and I wrote especially for tonight. It's called It's a blues about Rise and Shine, the program we used to do, so we call it the Rise and Shine Blues.
Wait a minute, let me practice.
Oh, it's there somewhere.
We'll find it. Just made it. Little introduction here. Johnny Mercer makes money for doing this. Oh, I rise and shine each morning. Have to get up with the sun. I rise and shine each morning. Have to get up with that sun. Have to wait till the sun goes down before I get my day's work done. We missed a bar there, but it's all right. We'll go back and get a drink there later. Miss Charmian Sansom always looks so spick and span. I said at 6 in the morning, Miss Charmian Sansom always looks so spick and span. But old Dudley, Mr. Wallman, looked like something should be out in that garbage can. You're not kidding, is that early? A Boston break, old man. We get up before reveille, for breakfast, too. Folks are still sleeping when the program gets through. Only one who hears us is the studio engineering crew. I got the Rise and Shine blues, boy.
They start at the break of day. I'm gonna speed this up, Ronnie, 'cause we gotta make up some time, and those blues start at the break of day. They always take away my ad-libs, leave me without a single word to say. You're wonderful, Ronnie.
Thank you, Rick. Well, now I'd like to get on with a more serious but still very pleasant little duty now. One of my jobs in the AEFP has been to produce the programs of the British band of the AEF. And although the band itself is not able to be with us today, we can introduce now to the sound of the theme tune he wrote for his orchestra, the conductor of the British band of the AEF, Regimental Sergeant Major George Mellacrino. Is going to sing a very attractive new song for us, accompanied by the Canadian band of the AEF. It's one of the smash hits from the Betty Grable Dick Haymes picture Diamond Horseshoe, and it's called The More I See You. George?
The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't try. Each time I look at you is like the first time. Each time you're near me, the thrill is new. And there is nothing that I wouldn't do for the rare delight of the sight of you. Oh, the more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't
Thank you, George. Well, George isn't the only member of the British band of the AEF who's turned up to this little shindig. We have now a trio of what's known as cats who are ready to go bouncing and beating into any tune you care to name at the drop of a crotchet. It's our Mad Hat Rhythm Trio from the British band of the AEF, Lance Corporal Freddie Phillips on guitar, Private Bob Roberts on bass, and Corporal Ronnie Selby, the boogeyman of the airwaves, on piano. Come on, boys. Well, the trio gets weaving now in a little arrangement they've cooked up themselves of a grand Cole Porter tune. The title, What Is This Thing Called, Love? And now we've something very special for you. As you realize by now, we've asked many of the people you've heard in the Allied Expeditionary Forces program to come and say goodbye to you. And I now have the very great pleasure of introducing a famous artist whose weekly program to you I've had the honor of producing in this AEFP. He's just come along from conducting Gay Rosalinda to say farewell to you by singing just one song. And I know you'll give a very great welcome to the celebrated singer, conductor, and composer, Richard Tauber. Richard Tauber is accompanied now at the piano by PERCY KAHN as he sings the delightful Whisperings of the Vienna Woods.
We lived within the birds of fair, took life so easy, had no care. We did not think of foes or strife, our hearts were young and full of life. So long as we could drink our wine, so long as we found a love divine. So long as life was always fair, we found no happiness elsewhere. And that is why, oh world so bright, I dream of a lovely night in Vienna long ago. The whisperings of the Vienna woods, so many stories they unfold, of eyes so blue and eyes so brown, of sweetest maids without a frown. The story Vienna woods unfold the sweetest tales that could be told. Love stories they are telling, how I sang of love's young dream to the murmur of a stream, and my labor so gay. How I sing of love's young dream to the murmur of a stream, and my cares were driven away. When I think of Vienna, of my dear old Vienna, and my heart calls with longing so deep that my heart must weep. Love songs ever ringing, in my heart they're still singing, and the sound of the voices remain. Let me hear them again. Oh, let me hear the whisperings of the Vienna woods, so many stories as they unfold. Love stories they are telling, how I sang of love's young dream to the murmur of a stream, and my labor so gay. How I sing of love's young dream to the murmur of a stream, and my cares were driven
General Eisenhower in Frankfurt has recorded a special message for us and for all of you today. General Eisenhower.
It was with profound regret that I said goodbye 2 weeks ago to my staff at Supreme Headquarters upon the occasion of its dissolution as an Allied organization, an organization that had been formed in London almost 2 years before as the first Allied headquarters in Europe. The spirit of teamwork present on the date of formation of that headquarters grew and developed and permeated the entire Allied Expeditionary Force. Our many accomplishments in these past 2 years can be attributed not to any one man or nation, but to the fact that all of us had our sights trained on a definite goal, and that we pulled together as a team. Tonight we bid farewell to one of the examples of that teamwork, the AEF program, which has brought enjoyment and enlightenment to the Allied forces ever since the inaugural program on June 7, 1944, D-Day +1. To the American, British, and Canadian members of the operating staff of the program, I should like to express my appreciation, and that of every member of the AEF, for the long hours spent daily, striving for perfection in a program which has been invaluable not only as entertainment, but also as a medium for promoting understanding among our peoples. To the field recording units that work throughout the operational area, recording timely events and the realities of war as experienced by the men who were faced with them, to the mobile transmitters units that it relayed the programs from the continent to the forces as they moved forward and into Germany, to the BBC, which placed all of its resources behind this project, and to Mr. Haley, its Director General, who has given so freely of his time and has so ably assisted in making the program a success. To all of you, we owe a debt of gratitude for your efforts in making this Allied venture a success. When the Allied nations have won the final victory, Each of us will have a responsibility to continue this basic principle of cooperation in our country, to influence those who have been less fortunate than we, in that they have not had the experience of serving closely with others of the Allied nations, to explain this principle to the disbelievers, to act as missionaries in demonstrating that cooperation and united effort will gain the real victory, peace. And now I should like to add a personal word of thanks to each and every one of you for the part you have played and the contribution you have made to our joint effort. Goodbye, and wherever your new activities may take you, good luck and Godspeed.
There seems no better way of taking leave of each other in this AEFP farewell program on this Saturday, July 28, 1945, than by singing the traditional song, Auld Lang Syne. So if you at your end will stand up and link hands with all of us here in this Services Club in London, artists and audience combined, here come our best wishes for the future, good luck, and Auld Lang Syne.